Hello there. This is Zeke Melendez, and this video is going to be about Yu-Gi-Oh! And my deck profile. This Elemental Hero / neo-spacian deck. Right here, you got your Neos cards. You got your Neos cards here. Got Elemental Hero Neos and Elemental Hero Neos Alias. You got your Wrath of Neos for clearing the board. Now, the other half of the deck. Your neo-spacians and neo-space. Your field spell. You'll be using these with Neos for his fusions. I have Elemental Hero Clayman and Clay Charge. So you got some defense. You have reinforcements of the army. Good for bringing out Elemental Hero Neos Alias. A Raigeki, for in case your opponent has a lot of monsters. Call of the Haunted, just for if you need to bring something back from the grave. Sparkman and Bubbleman, for just for fusions. Double Summon, which I'll explain more of its uses in later. A Hero Lives can be useful for bringing out an elemental hero of level 4 or lower, but cuts your life points in half, so be careful with this. You might want a Summoner Monk. Gotta get rid of a spell card, but can be useful for bringing out level 4. Hero Signal, also helpful. Now we have Heated Heart, E Emergency Call, R Righteous Justice, O Oversoul, and you use them all with Hero Flash. Me personally, I use it with Elemental Hero Neos to give him a small bonus. I believe a direct attack. Gold Sarcophagus. I use it to get Neo-Space. And we'll talk about Neo-Space more later. Monster Reincarnation. This is very useful if you have a card that got destroyed or discarded from your hand. Compulsive Evacuation Device. Good if you want to have your opponent put a monster back into their hand. A Hero Emerges. Always comes in handy. Has a 50-50 chance of bringing out a monster with high level. Boundless Trap Hole. To me, it's better than Trap Hole because of its if your opponent summons a monster or monsters, they'll be banished instead of destroyed. I have a Burstinatrix and a Shadow Mist. Now, I have Featherwind and Feather Shot to go with Elemental Hero Avion. Elemental Hero Necroshade. When he's in the graveyard, level 5 and up don't need a tribute. So this card really comes in handy for Neos. Elemental Hero Heat. For every Elemental Hero on the field, he gains 200 attack. So that includes him. We have Mask Change, which I will explain in a few. Miracle Fusion. You can fuse a monster on the field or from the field or the graveyard and banish them to summon a fusion monster from your extra deck. And 2 polymerizations and an Elemental Hero Woodsman, which during your standby phase gives you the option to get a polymerization card from your deck. That is the deck. Now, I will show you my extra deck. There is Extra Hero Wonder Driver. He's helpful. Extra Hero Dread Decimator. He's really helpful if you want to put multiple monsters down from your extra deck. Okay, this is the Masked Hero Koga. You summon a Masked Hero with Mask Change by taking a monster with the same attribute. This one's light, so you take a monster with light and summon them like that. I have Elemental Hero Rampant Blaster. She's usually used in defense mode, and you can do a direct attack, but you cut that damage in half, so it would be 1,000 points. Elemental Hero Thunder Giant. He has the ability to destroy a monster face up on the field with attack less than the attack of this card you control. You can do that once per turn, and he still gets an attack. Okay, Masked Hero Dark Law. He basically banishes monsters when they're destroyed instead of sending them to a graveyard. Okay, Flamewing Man. He basically just doesn't just destroy the monster that you attack, but also inflicts damage to them by their attack points. So say you just destroy the monster with 1,000 attack points, that monster inflicts 1,000 damage to you too. Flare Wingman gives you points for every, I believe, elemental hero in the graveyard. and it is 300 attack. Okay, Elemental Hero Great Tornado is one of my favorites because when he's summoned, he cuts in half the attack points of the monsters on your opponent's side of the field. Here's Master Hero Divine Wind. I believe okay, your opponent can only attack only one monster during each battle phase. And when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to a graveyard, you get to draw one card. Okay. This is when the neo-spacians come in. You will take an Elemental Hero Neos or Elemental Hero Neos alias. Take the corresponding neo-spacian as neo-spacian Grand Mole. If you could bring out Elemental Hero Grand Neos. And his effect basically is that you get to send a monster back to your opponent's hand and you still get your attack. But if you do not have Neo space on the field, they go back to your extra deck. Aqua Neos is a good one. You use Neo-Spacian Aqua Dolphin. You, once per turn, by discarding one random card from your, you select one random card from your opponent's hand and destroy it. Like I said before, it's a fusion of a neo-spacian, the corresponding one, and Neos. They go back to the here in the extra deck. Also, I forgot to explain that if Elemental Hero Neos or a neo-spacian is being used, they gain 500 attack. And I forgot to explain that kind of fusion where you don't use polymerization is called contact fusion. So basically, you don't need the polymerization and you put the corresponding cards back into your deck shuffled. Here's Elemental Hero Dark Neos. Once per turn, you can target an opponent's monster, and then basically its effect is negated, and you're still able to attack. Now remember, you need Neo space for him to stay on the field. If not, he goes back to extra deck. And this one, I feel is like the strongest one. Elemental Hero Chaos Neos. You flip 3 coins, and for every heads, he gives you a different effect. 3 heads, destroy all monsters your opponent controls, alright? 2 heads, for the rest of this turn, the effect of all face-up monsters your opponent controls are negated. That can come in handy. This one I do not like. Return all monsters you control to the hand. So this one has 2 good effects. I'd rather get no heads than get 1 head because you're just going to send your cards back to your hand. Now, double summon card I showed earlier. I would like that one because you could like summon an Elemental Hero Neos alias. And say, for example, you have Aqua Dolphin. You could just fuse them with contact fusion. Now, that is my deck for now. I'm going to be tweaking it. But for now, it's going to be like that. I am going to do another video like this one. So, thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe.